Welcome to Women React to Dating Profiles number 5. We're in the phase where the women are asked some questions and they give their opinion, and I'm gonna give my opinion as usual about their opinion. Here we go.
So if you could describe the perfect Tinder profile or dating app profile.
Ooh, okay. So very concise, straight to the point, tell me why you're there, personality, and you could do that through your photos as well. Like if you are someone who likes being outside, having a picture of you outside, not blurry, and good lighting and not taken at, this downward angle, that would be preferred.
So apparently what we saw in the previous videos, we saw a lot of guys taking mostly selfies at this downward angle. That's what she means, this frog perspective. Very big turnoff. Don't use it.
Having jokes on there, maybe it's like my age. I don't find them funny at all. And that's one of the main reasons why I'm just like, nope.
So this woman says she's too old for the funny profiles. There was one other woman, I think she said, I'm 27, so she has no time for college guys. Depending what your age is and what you're looking for, you will create a funnier or less funny profile. Overall, I think the more important thing that these women maybe fail to communicate is that it's not so much about how funny or serious your profile is. I think the most important thing is that if you're trying to have your profile be funny, then don't try super hard to be the joker guy. If you want a bit more serious profile and you're looking for something serious, still don't make like a very serious profile that you clearly took ages building. It's always stronger if the profile, whether it's more serious or more funny, and by the way, ideally, it's if you're on either side of the spectrum, you still have some of the other parts in there, but at least make it seem like you didn't try giga hard to build it.
What kind of photos, like what is the weight of importance on the first photo? Because if you come across a guy and you don't like the way he looks or the photo's bad on the first photo, do you even scroll through the rest of his profile?
No. The first photo holds a lot of weight. Like that is like your, that's like the way to reel people in. So like it's very important. It's just like, say it's a first impression. Like it's like the first 5 seconds of the date. Like, do you show up and your clothes look wrinkly and they don't fit you and like it looked like you just rushed out of the house? Or, do you look like a little bit put together, like you took your time, like it wasn't just the last minute thing for you? And that's kind of like what the first photo should portray.
Good points. The only massive difference is if you show up in real life and you don't make the very strongest first impression, whether it's a date or someone that you just approach on the street or whatever in a club. You don't make the best first impression, whether it is because your clothes are wrinkly or you stumble over your words. You can still fix the situation, right? Highly likely the person won't just give you the cold shoulder and done. You can still fix it. With online dating, you can't, because she's swiping from in her bed or her couch or whatever, the comfort of wherever she is. She sees the first photo, she doesn't like it. Next. Because she can have 1 or 100 new opportunities to find someone better within a minute. She can't do that in real life. And secondly, you cannot be this impolite in real life and get away with it, or most people won't just be like, no, don't talk to me. And yes, I know, guys, sometimes girls do treat you like this in clubs, but in general, it's way easier to reject someone harshly on a dating app. Something else she is talking about, the clothes don't fit or they're wrinkly or whatever. In the mentoring program, we have a checklist. I advise you that before you ever go have a shoot for your profile, whether it's with your friends or professional or by yourself, with your phone and a timer, make sure your clothes fit, you're wearing the outfit that you look best in and you feel comfortable in, they are not wrinkly, you did get a haircut, and so on and so on. These are easily preventable mistakes.
I guess something that just kind of like shows like what type of person you are. Like if you're like maybe more professional or like country, like something just that shows your personality a little bit, like through your style. That's something that's important to me, but maybe that's not important to everyone.
This is not just important to her, it's important to almost any woman ever. I've had so many of these conversations with girls. They do pay attention to your style. They do reject or approve of you because of the way you dress. I've seen girls really hyped about guys that they don't necessarily find the hottest, but they really like the way they carry themselves or the way they present themselves, their style, their particular pants, shirt, combo, whatever.
And then I think as far as the prompts, or I guess Tinder's a little different. They don't seem to have prompts, but maybe something that shows you have a sense of humor, something that tells a little bit about what you're looking for, and then something that just says something about like you as a person. So like if you're passionate about your career, like maybe you put that in there, or if you like to travel.
She makes pretty good points with the prompts. She says on Tinder you don't have them. Well, you actually do have them. People just use them less and they just look way shittier. Plus, Hinge is a better app than Tinder. But on Hinge, you're going to have 3 prompts, and I think she's pretty close to the truth. It's nice to have a funny prompt. It's nice to have one that shows a lot of personality. And it's also nice to have one of the 3 be something that is very easy for her to talk about. This can be used when A, she wants to open you. Doesn't happen too often, but it does happen. And it happens more often when you have this type of prompt. Or B, let's say you're texting back and forth. She wants to reopen the conversation or keep it going. She doesn't really know what to do. Then it's very easy to pick on or like point out this small thing that you have in your profile. I hope that makes sense. If it doesn't, shout at me in the comments.
And then what would the perfect like first message be to you? Like what are you replying to versus what are you not replying to?
So
I'm mega curious what she's going to say. She better say personalized opener, yes, pickup lines, lame jokes, no.
don't just do like a hey or a hi, and don't hit on them, because if you're matching with someone, they already know you're attracted to them. Otherwise, you wouldn't match with them most likely.
Good point. And it's also a good point for guys that are saying like, yeah, I have some matches, but they're not really interested in me because I'm not hot enough, blah, blah, blah. She's already, at least to a certain degree, interested in you. Otherwise, she wouldn't swipe you. They have infinite options. So if you do have a match, there is something about you that they like. Have some confidence.
Take something from the girl's profile and use that to start a conversation. So like if she traveled somewhere you've been before, use that. If she has a dog and you like dogs.
Personalized opener.
I don't know, if I put something about like coffee, then they could be like, oh, you want to go to like this specific coffee place in this like specific place that shows that like, hey, I see that you like coffee. And then I looked into it and there's like a coffee place we could go to. And
Interesting. She's also saying personalized opener. I agree. What she's saying is ask her out in the first text. Funny that she's saying it, because I am willing to bet 1 billion Tinder money that if 20 guys ask her out first text, she's going to reject almost all of them. In reality, she has so many options, and she is not just going to invest her time and her safety going on dates with whoever she matches with. She will want some more comfort, some texting back and forth to see if there's actually a decent vibe and she is actually interested. Also, by texting for a longer time, the investment will automatically go up. And once those 3 are there, some investment, but at least some decent level of attraction and some feeling of safety and comfort, then she will go on a coffee date with you. I'm not saying no girl ever will go on a date straight from the first text, but in general, this approach is not very successful.
yeah, showing that they actually looked at your profile and didn't just swipe and then matched and then wrote something really quick because they're writing the same thing to like every single girl. Something that's like, oh, like that guy looked at my profile. I mean, my profile is just very coffee specific, so that was an example, but like just anything that would be like, oh, this guy like looked at, like he's interested in me.
It's kind of funny. She knows what she wants to say, but she's struggling to find the correct words. And of course, we can't see her specific profile and so on. I relate. Sometimes it is really tough to find the exact good words with all the nuances. There's 2 different persons. There's the profile. What can you do? What can you not do? Blah, 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 blah. I think she's doing a good job explaining herself.
I would say the best way to get a reply back, from me at least, is it has to be kind of relevant. So I'm assuming that you're messaging me because you looked through my profile. And if you notice anything that I've done as far as like occupation, or maybe something that I mentioned and like maybe it piqued your interest, like saying, hey, like you said that you do this, that's cool. Like, can you explain maybe like, you know, what do you mean by this? Like asking more questions for me to talk about myself. Like I love talking about myself.
Doesn't everyone?
The interviewer is just saying it doesn't everyone. Most people love talking about themselves. And guys always ask the question like, hey, how can I make her chase me? How can I make her qualify? Blah, 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 blah. Well, asking questions about her, showing some genuine interest, not just some stupid copy-paste line, will usually go a long way.
I'm not too fixated on that. If you could do more than a what's up, you know, because that's generic. You could play off of something maybe I had in my profile. That's usually your best bet.
It's very clear, right? They all prefer the personalized opener. I've actually done a video. Hinge had a research on the best Hinge openers. I reviewed and mostly critiqued them because they were jack shit. And then I told you how to do a proper personalized opener, the opener that all of these gorgeous girls say they prefer most. I'm going to link that in a second so you can watch this after this video and know exactly how you can open any profile and get a response.
You don't have to be too crazy with it, but anything that's not so generic, like, hey, it's like, well, okay. And even that's not terrible, but.
She says even the hey is not terrible. She's lying, she's wrong. Maybe it isn't terrible for her, but 99% of women will find it terrible. And even in the rare cases they respond, you could have been off to a way better start. Anyway, here you can see that video I just talked about. Learn how to shoot proper openers that everyone loves responding to. Give yourself that head start that other guys are missing out on. I hope you liked the video. Feel free to press the button and subscribe and stuff. If not, I'll see you around anyway. Maybe, hope so. Love you. Bye.